Hi, today we're in the Sonoran Desert at Organ Pipe Cactus National Forest over at Twin Peaks Campground. This guy here, this is our Organ Pipe Cactus, Stenocereus thurberi, also called a stovepipe cactus. It looks like stovepipes or organ pipes coming up here. Wow, in Spanish they call him a Pitaya dulce. So he's native to Sonoran Desert, and he's mostly found in Mexico, along Baja and out in Sonoran. And about 5 miles this way is actually Mexico. And they grow on these hillsides here, all up here. See all these organ pipe cacti way up in the hillside next to the saguaros? Just phenomenal. Let's talk about this guy. So he gets his name, of course, because he looks like a organ pipe. He's a slow-growing succulent cactus. He's got these multiple vertical stems that shoot off from the bottom here without a trunk. And a mature plant grows about 12 feet wide. Of course, he likes full sun, well-drained soil, and he's super sensitive to frost. And these guys typically live about 150 years before they die. Wow, let's step back here. This guy here is probably about 10 feet tall. And way up here is a little flower here. See that? And they only flower at nighttime and in the early morning. And then they close up for the rest of the day. So stems here, he's vertical, he's upright, super slow growing, really narrow, and he grows out of this single short trunk just above the ground. Now each stem segment here is about, 6 inches thick here, and they grow about 12 feet tall, 16 feet tall, sometimes even 25 feet tall. And these individual stems, they rarely branch out, but sometimes you get little branching like this here. See how it's kind of split into two, but that's not really common for these guys. And each stem has got these ribs on them. These ribs coming up right here and extend the entire length of the stem or the branch. And he's got like between 12 and 19 of these little ribs going all around a beautiful plant. Look at those flower buds coming in. Wow. So anyway, the spines here, look at that. Well, they're thin. Okay, they're mostly this dark brown to almost black here. And then as they mature, they even turn a little bit gray. They come out of this little aerial. Looks like we get about between, 5 and 10 little spines or thorns coming out of these guys. And they flower after about 35 years old. So this is not a very young plant. Right here, they flower from April through June. They start out of these little maroon colored buds here at the tips of the stems. And the older plants, when they get older, of course, they form these creamy looking funnel shaped flowers here, right up here. Sometimes they got a little purple tint on them. Wow. And they open at night and they close in the morning, of course. Like I said, here we have another one up here. Look at that. And they're mostly pollinated by bats, especially what's called the lesser long-nosed bat. And he migrates up from Mexico to fertilize these guys. So the fruit, around to the backside, the fruit here, it forms in summertime, and it gets about the size of a tennis ball. It's got a spiny exterior, but inside is a super red flesh. It's edible. Tastes a little bit like watermelon You know, little animals, they love to eat the fruit and then disperse the seeds around the desert. So this guy is so tasty that most of the seeds don't survive. So occasionally seed has to fall underneath what's called a nurse plant, like a palo verde or an ironwood. And that nurse plant provides a little shelter and comfort, keeps it cool and away from predators. And then he takes a little while to germinate. But once he germinates, he takes a little more while to get a good root system underneath his host plant. And then he starts to grow and take over. So one time, there's probably a ironwood or some palo verde here on this guy. We got another one here I'll show you. He's a lot taller. Out here, let's see if we find his little nurse plant. Kept him well to grow up here. So if this guy is, I don't know, 40 or 50 years old, his nurse plant is probably gone by now because he takes over, steals all the nutrition, and then his little nurse plant host tends to disappear. Take a look at this skeleton here of our little organ pipe. See that? So inside we have this real woody, fibrous skeleton. You see little ribs here connected. There's almost like a hollow tube as well. So if you take them off, you can make a little pipe out of them. See that guy right there, a little skeleton, how he looks a little bit hollow. So on the outside of the skeleton is all this fleshy, fibrous material. And that serves to collect all the water, retain it for the droughts. See that? He comes way down there, he gets all kind of crunchy and woody at the base. Look at this guy, he's got a couple. Here's a fruit. See that fruit right there? Right there. See a super spiny fruit coming in. And that little ball is going to end up looking like a tennis ball. He'll fall off, or you can pluck them off and eat them like a little tasty watermelon. He's got some fruit up here too. See that right up there? Little fruit coming in. Okay, on this stem. You got some little balls coming in there. Look at that. Very cool. So this guy, he's pretty old. He's pretty tall. Stand back, get a better view. Alright, he's I don't know, about 20 feet tall. He's got tons and tons of little stovepipe or organ pipes coming out here. Wow. Anyway, that's kind of all you need to know about our beautiful plant, except for one more fact. He only showed up here in the Sonoran Desert about 3,500 years ago. And he migrated north from the south after the ice ages. So he's a really young plant, relatively speaking, for Sonoran Desert. So that's pretty cool. It's our organ pipe cactus, Stenocereus thurberi, out here in Sonoran Desert of Organ Pipe Cactus National Forest. So I hope you like that video. It's a pretty cool plant. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a great day.